Hello, everybody. It's Friday. That means it's time for another topic of the week. So, I'm in an unusual location because I'm at a hotel shooting this because I'm at NashCon this weekend, a tournament hosted by David Griffin. Very excited. Obviously, we kick off tomorrow morning as of my recording this. But so, a little bit unusual for the setting, but here we go. And obviously, last week we talked about AOS 2, specifically some of the leaks. I think right now the general mood of everybody is, certainly myself, is cautious optimism, is what I would call it. I think that for the most part, I've liked everything I've saw about 80 to 90%. And the only reservations I have are around not knowing the rest of it. So I'd say I'm pretty positive. There's a couple questions I have, but it's more just like things we don't know yet rather than things I'm worried about. You know, I think most of the rules for the new armies have been cool. I'm excited about some of the points movements I see around some units. I'm excited about support for a lot of the armies. It was cool to see them do faction focuses on things like take things like the Bray Herd, War Herd, that kind of stuff. Very clearly planting a flag that these guys are still around. They're going to be around. They're not going anywhere. They're still a part of chaos. They're a thing. So I thought that was cool. I was happy to see that kind of stuff. I think the living spells are going to be really cool. I very much liked the mechanic around that and sort of the way that the second player in the round gets to take control of them first. I thought that was a neat counter incentive to taking the top of the turn. So I really liked a lot of that stuff I've seen. I thought has been very well done. But this week, since I'm at NashCon, I thought, hey, let's talk about tournaments. We'll take a week off of AOS 2 because I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of discussion about that in the weeks to come. So the I'm very excited. This is probably my last run for my Ironjawz under this current AOS version. Certainly, it's my final regular AOS 1.0, I guess, tournament, and I had thought originally this would be my Ironjawz final tourney, but everything I've seen about their what's happening with them says maybe not. Maybe they'll have another go here or there, but we'll see. But it put me in mind of like there's a lot of great memories I have at tournaments. One of the reasons I really enjoy going to tournaments is because of the people I get to see and the unusual games I get to play against armies I might not normally play against and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of fear out there amongst people that they're afraid that if they go to a tournament, it's going to be filled with like whack players and it's people who are just going to kick their teeth in or something like that. And they're not a good enough player or they don't know what a tournament. They're not serious enough. They don't know the rules well enough. All this kind of nonsense. And I'll tell you right now, my general feeling on it is really if you're a player at all, go check out a tournament in your area sometime. Check out a small local one or something like that. I go to about four tournaments a year, or sometimes five, sometimes three, depending on life. But for the most part, let's say four tournaments a year. And I think I've had one bad game out of all of them, like against an opponent that was not great. And I'm not counting Tom in that, by the way. Even the game I had with Tom, which wasn't fun, is still Tom, so that's fine. But so many of the people that I now call, a friend and talk to all the time, even if it's only online, I met across the table at a tournament and had my first interaction with them there. Most everybody I've met at tournaments is just a genuine person looking to have a fun game. And I find that you don't run into that dreaded personality type very often. And when people don't know a rule, we just look it up real quick or figure it out or ask the TO. It's like, and life moves on. Nobody remembers everything. It's honestly such a fun time and so, I don't know, honestly relaxing. I don't find it to be stressful at all. Maybe that's just me. I'm sure maybe some people who constantly play for like the top table, maybe they find it stressful. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not that guy, so I don't have to worry about that. Or maybe it's expectations. I don't go in thinking like I'm definitely going to win this. That's not my idea at all. I go in looking for five fun games, and that's because of that I'm rarely disappointed. But it put me in mind of your favorite tournament memory, and I have a lot of them. There's a lot of like really fun things that have happened because of crazy dice or crazy scenarios. I think my favorite tournament memory is probably playing. It's probably pretty recent. I've got a lot of good ones, but the one most fresh in my mind is playing Jacob Berry, who shout out to Jacob, who will be here tomorrow for NashCon, and I'm looking to see forward to seeing again. But we had a great game, my Iron Jaws against his Corn Force, and it was just such a ridiculously fun time. There was a million fun moments in that game of just ridiculous charges and us rolling dice together and being excited about each other's successes. When you have a great player across from you, I find that there is nothing else like it. And I think that's one of the reasons I really love going to tournaments. And so I thought it'd be fun if in the comments people share their own positive tournament memories, or maybe put up a video talking about your favorite tournament you ever went to, why it was your favorite, a particular good memory from it, anything like that. As always, I'll link those videos down below so you can always come back to this video and check it out. But as always, I appreciate you watching this one, and we'll see you next time.